Welcome everyone to this video. So today I'm going to talk about one of the Cortex AI capability within Snowflake, which is Cortex Playground. Now if we see this kind of feature, and as explained in this kind of slide, so it is like a kind of, obviously it just kind of resonates to what it has been explained, which is like it is a playground in which we can kind of play around with lot of LLMs that Snowflake provides natively within their ecosystem. And it is very important whenever we want to compare any of the LLMs out of multiple LLMs that are hosted within Snowflake natively, right? So we will see how it actually works within this platform and how we can actually use this whenever we are trying to take some decisions around which of the LLMs can be best fit for my use cases, and also how do I ensure that I can track or I can at least govern with respect to some cost aspect also with this particular capability. Okay, so without further ado, let us kind of quickly go to the demo. Okay, now over here, first obviously we'll have to log in to Snowsite, and then under AI/ML, we will have to just see what all kind of capabilities these AI/ML Studio provides. And over here, if you see, there is something called as Cortex Playground. Okay, now this is where all these kind of features will be available for us. Now what I will do is I will have to click on try. Okay, and then what I will do is I will have to choose between models right now. So there are a lot of models over here. So example, I chose Claude 3-5 Sonnet. This is one of the model. Okay, and then I want to compare this one with another model. Let's say I will choose something as take an example, maybe Llama 3.2-1 billion. Okay, so let us see what exactly things will happen whenever I am trying to give a prompt. Okay, now what you see over here is using Cortex Playground, I am able to spin up kind of two. I am able to kind of get a console wherein two side by side panes are given to me, and I can compare the kind of model output while I give a prompt to it. Okay, now let's say I ask a very simple question, and then we will see what all are the differences with respect to the response that I get. Okay, now let me ask a very generic question. Okay, like what is the capital of India? Okay, now over here what it will do is this particular prompt is given, and this prompt will be executed under the LLM capacity of Claude as well as Llama, and we will see what is the difference with respect to the output. Okay, so let us quickly run this. Okay, and if you see this, cool. Now what you saw is Llama 3.21 billion, it just gave one liner response, but at the same time, let's say Claude, it gave you the entire context also apart from the answer. So the question was, what is the capital of India? The answer should be very simple, right? The capital of India is New Delhi. Okay, but over here the Claude model is also giving me a lot of contextual insights about how New Delhi became capital of India. That is something which I didn't ask, but it gave me, right? And in the process, what it did was it eventually ended up scanning or using a lot of tokens. Okay, and when we use a lot of tokens, the more number of tokens that will be processed by a LLM model, we have to pay accordingly. Okay, and then using these two output, I can also tell that which particular model will be more suitable for my use case. Example, if I need very specific kind of answer without giving lot of context, so I might want to kind of go with this model, right? But if I need very descriptive kind of answers, okay, with each of the prompt that I provide, then I might want to use this one, okay, which is Claude model. And that is how we can do a side by side comparison. Okay, now over here another thing is, let's say compare, is something which I did. Okay, and then over here what I do is I try to kind of click on here, which is like change settings, and then there are two models for me over here. So let's say set temperature. What is this? Let's say the lower the temperature value, the less the randomness of the output that we will get. Example, if the temperature value is coming nearer to 0, that means what? The output that the prompt will generate, I will get a less hallucinated response. Okay, and then there is another important thing. Let's say max number of tokens, right? Now over here it is all maximized. Okay, now that's why I was telling, right? I mean, you saw, right? This entire text not only I got, but I also got the entire context of it. Now this can be controlled with max number of tokens. Now we will see that in action also. Example here, if I, let's say, set it as 20 for this particular model, Claude model, and then okay, this one is, both of them are Claude, is it? So what I will do is I will have to again reset it, maybe 1 billion. Okay, right? So for llama what I do is same thing, let's say 20. Okay, right? And then temperature and all, I am not doing any settings change. But what I did was the Claude 3-5.sonnet model, this is the one which I did the change. Okay, now let us see what happens when I ask this kind of similar kind of question, right? Let's say same prompt I kind of maybe ask right now. Okay, and let us see what is the output that I get. Cool. The llama 3.2 1 billion model, it gave me the capital of India is New Delhi. And over here if you see this, because I have restricted the max token value to 20, hence the output that this Claude model gave me, it was restricted within 20, right? And that is how I can control the cost, okay, with respect to the output that I get. Okay, so till now what we have seen is how I can compare two models, which model can be the best use case for me. Okay, and accordingly I will take some decisions around that, what model I have to use. Okay, now what are these models? What is the corresponding SQL that gets generated whenever I am firing this command? So all of us might be aware that there is some function, there is a function called as Cortex complete, okay, which is nothing but your LLM function. Now if we see the code in the backend, the same Cortex complete function is getting executed, okay, at the backend. So this is a very important concept. Let's say, people might ask, right, whenever you are trying to kind of do the model comparison at the backend, what is the SQL that gets generated and what is the LLM function that is used? So the answer is your Cortex complete, and this is how this execution is happening, right? Now another important thing over here is, let's say there is an option for us to even connect to our data. Okay, now because it is GenAI, so whatever data I will choose from a particular table, I will have to ensure that that column is a text column. Okay, now here if you see, I am choosing a database schema and let's say a table. Okay, and then within this table there are so many columns, right? So here I have one column called as C underscore comment. Okay, so let's say I chose that particular column C underscore comment, which is purely a text column, and then I click on next. Okay, and then I chose select the data column you want to use to filter relevant data to generate answer. So probably I'll choose a primary key, which is customer key, and I am good. And then what I do is I will have to select some value, some random value. Okay, and then what I can do is this entire text can now be analyzed using either your Claude model or your Llama model, right? So let's say I will ask a very simple question: what all are the key words used in the text, in this text column? Okay, so what should be the answer, right? So over here, you will get a lot of keywords. So the Claude will also kind of give you some keywords, and here your Llama model will also give you certain keyword. And again, because I have restricted this to 20, that is why you see all the broken input, right? And now if this will be changed to maybe, let's say, 100, or maybe let's say 1000, okay, and then this Llama model also I will change to maybe 1000, okay, and then I try to kind of maybe ask the same kind of questions, we will see a different response. Okay, let us see that. Okay, you see lot of keywords I got from the same kind of prompt that I gave earlier. The Llama also gave me a lot of prompts, and because Claude is a larger model, so it is taking more time to give me the output. So but now I got the output, right? So again, to summarize the point which I wanted to kind of make through this video was, Snowflake GenAI is easy, right? It's all about how we are using it, how we are comparing these two models. And again, we don't have to go outside of Snowflake because there are so many LLM models available, right? But once we understand how each of the functionality works, it will be very easier for us to plug in these Cortex AI capabilities to multiple and varied use cases, right? So thank you so much again for watching this video. Please feel free to subscribe to my channel, like my videos, and talk about it. Thank you so much once again.